This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, April the 3rd. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks so much for tuning in. And before I forget, the ABC 3340 weather team has our basic storm spotter training at Helena at the Civic Center, Community Center, Sports Complex, whatever name you'd like to call it. At 6:30, we start the program on Tuesday, April the 5th. And then, of course, we'll follow that up with the full Storm Spotter Xtreme at the BJCC as part of the Birmingham Area Dealers Association's International Auto Show. And you'll get free admission to the auto show by coming to the basic in the morning and the advanced in the afternoon with other presentations in the morning as well. All right, the surface map this morning features high pressure over the southeastern U.S. And while the guys up at HPC have put in a front, I wouldn't exactly put a front in there, but certainly it's a coolish morning across the area. We see that the trough that brought the unsettled weather a couple of days ago is moving off the New England coast, and we're coming under weak ridging for at least a short period. The temperatures this morning generally nice and chilly, getting down into the 40s for most locations. I noticed that at the time of this report that still 51 over in the eastern part of the east central part of the state, but they probably will get into the 40s before they hit their lowest value before they start rising up. Severe weather situation across the watch warning map is that we have all that dark blue is actually freeze advisories. The browns up into New England from the mid-Atlantic states are wind advisories. The purples along the Great Lakes are actually some winter weather advisories, and then the reds in the central part of the country are high fire danger due to low humidities. And the QPF kind of gives us the feel for the coming week. We're going to have a front come through Monday evening, Tuesday morning, and that should come through dry. The next rain should come probably late in the afternoon Wednesday and into Wednesday evening and early Thursday morning before exiting, and it looks like we'll get probably on the order of about ½ inch. There's no risk areas for severe weather across the United States from SPC for day 1. Day 2, we have a very large area for thunderstorms up over the north central U.S. and over the area from eastern Kentucky out into the mid-Atlantic states. And then for day 3, we do have a marginal risk over parts of Missouri and Kansas primarily, with a little bit of Nebraska and Iowa thrown in there. All right, the 06Z GFS model run this morning, and there goes our trough. This is the upper air chart for today, so look for highs to still be a little cooler than our typical values. Typically, we should be around 71 or so, but we'll probably stay around 67, 68. The high pressure at the surface will be certainly over us, so that will keep the wind down and make for a very beautiful day across the area. Monday, we watch a fairly substantial trough come into the Great Lakes region, but it's not having much of a southward extent. So while it produces a pretty good surface low that moves out into the area of New York City, the cold front will drag across the Ohio and Tennessee river valleys, and while we'll see it move through, it won't have much moisture to work with, so it looks like just other than a few clouds, we won't see much. That trough moves off the U.S. East Coast quickly, and once again on Tuesday we come under a ridge, so Tuesday should be another nice day. Wednesday, now the ridge has moved off the East Coast, and we're watching this fairly stout trough that will be coming through the area from about Chicago down into the Texas Panhandle. And that will definitely be dragging a front with a fairly substantial surface low in the vicinity of Chicago, and with that cold front dragging down into southeast Texas. So it looks like we'll start the day out dry Wednesday, but we could see some showers by the afternoon and into the evening hours. The front should come through Wednesday evening or early Thursday morning, so that by Thursday, you see the trough has moved out over the East Coast quickly, and the cold front is already on the Southeast U.S. coast by midday on Thursday. This is 1 o'clock on Thursday. So it should be a fairly quick shot, and right now it does not look like there's going to be any severe weather. It has very little moisture to deal with, so there's definitely no deep layer moisture, and Cape values are very, very low. The overall long wave trough position becomes more established Friday, so look for temperatures Friday to be only into the 60s, kind of like what we're seeing this weekend. and the high off to our west with a good northerly flow. So again, temperatures a little bit cooler for Friday. The big day for really cold is going to come Saturday. The upper trough bottoms out early in the day Saturday and then moves off the east coast. But the big thing is that the surface high is going to be positioned right over the southeastern U.S., and that should bring us very good circumstances for radiational cooling. So all of that combined, the GFS is printing out a 37-degree low for Birmingham, and that means some of those normally colder spots could dip down to near or just at the freezing mark around 32 degrees. So it looks like some patchy frost could be a possibility, and maybe even for some locations, a rather late season freeze. The upper pattern shows a trough off to our west on Sunday with a ridge over the area, so Sunday should be a nice day. We should warm up fairly quickly as the high moves off the southeast coast, and we come back around to a south-southwesterly flow. So you know the procedure here in the southeastern U.S. We're chilly for one day and warm up quickly the next. Looking out into voodoo country, we have a very low-latitude trough that is coming out of Texas and coming across the lower Mississippi River Valley around the 11th and 12th of April. This is the 12th of April right here, so it looks like we may have a round of some significant weather, potentially severe, but it's voodoo, so we're looking at trends here. We get under a ridge by the 14th of April, so it looks like the weather turns very nice then, and we warm up. Now, the ridge not being quite as strong as we saw yesterday. Yesterday, it was a big ridge. This time, it's a substantial ridge, but not nearly as big as we saw yesterday. And then when we get out to the 17th of April, near the end of the forecast period, the GFS has gone completely bonkers. It's very noisy. Not much of a discernible pattern to deal with there. That'll do it for the Weather Extreme video for this morning. James Spann should have the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, you can always check back on the blog for notes on Alabama's weather. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great day and Godspeed.